All right, so this is going to... Hi there, I'm Cindy. When you're first starting out in making jewelry, one of the most important techniques to learn is how to use crimps, crimp covers, and guardians. All right, so some of the things you're going to need for making a bracelet is your braided beading wire. You'll be using crimps, because that's one of the things we're going to be learning to do today. So these are crimp tubes, and they are 2mm tubes. We have guardians, which are little horseshoe-shaped guys, and they are going to protect your wire from fraying when it's attached to the jump ring and the lobster clasp. The crimp cover is going to cover your crimp once it is squashed, crimped, and your lobster clasp to close it up. You'll also need a couple of jump rings. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take one of these little crimps, we're going to put it on the wire and hold on to it. Okay, the guardian. This is a little horseshoe-shaped guy, and he has, if you can see, he's got two little holes, a little hole in the end on each of the legs here. What we're going to do is we're going to feed the wire up through one leg, and it's going to go all the way. Come on. It's going to go all the way around the guardian and back through the other leg. And what I like to do with this is get it up there nice and tight, and then I'll just take a pair of pliers and squeeze one of the legs so that it doesn't move around on me. You can also squeeze the other leg. It just gives it a little bit extra security there. Take it, the end of the wire, and put it back through. So we've got both ends of the wire going through the crimp now. Now if you look at the crimping pliers, when they're closed, there's three different sections on them. It's for the three different sizes of crimps that are most popular. And then there's this notched side right here. The notched side is what we're going to use first. We're going to put our crimp in the notched side. Yes, of course we are. Okay, put it in the notched side and give it a good squeeze. And that is going to put your crimp into more of a U shape. From there, what we're going to do is we're going to go into that 2mm size, which is the one right next to the V slot, and give it a squeeze, and it's just going to fold the crimp right in half. Then we're going to take the crimp cover, which kind of looks like a little Pac-Man with his mouth open. I stick the crimp in there and give it a squeeze nice and slow. Try to keep it round so it looks like a little bead when you're done, and it makes for a very more professional look. Come on. There we go, and there's a finished crimp. Then you're going to add your jump ring and lobster clasp. And you kind of need a couple pair of pliers to get your jump ring open. One pair on each side, and just twist. You're going to put that into your guardian, and then the lobster clasp, and twist it closed again. So that's one end of your bracelet finished. When you start putting your beads on, you put the bead on and make sure that the tail of the beading wire goes through the bead as well, and that'll hide it underneath and it won't scratch. The other end, you're going to do exactly the same thing. With these, you're just going to make sure that you leave a little bit of space between the guardian and the crimp cover so that when the bracelet moves, it has space for the beads to be able to move and it won't be too stiff. And then you're going to just leave it at just the jump ring, and that's what you're going to attach your clasp through.